Weird. We made
Yeah,
mistake.
the first case of the first game is like the fucking 2 hours long, give or take. Of it depending on no, it depends no, it depends if you play out the dialogue or not. If you just read through, yeah, it's fast as fuck. It's very much a tutorial, it's fast as fuck. But if you play out the dialogue, it'll be a bit faster. Or longer. Oh wait, I have saved the video game.
Yay.
This retractor is a lot more color than I thought it usually does. In terms of story, I know. For the post-game stuff, I'll have to see.
Ah.
Oh yeah. I'll send it to App as well, because it's funny. Not tell you about yet, because she'll see it one day.
Oh yeah. Nope. Whatever you sent me, I ignored it. Alright. Mhm. Where's Felix?
I voice one less character. Yippee!
No!
I'll talk to myself less.
I need my assistant!
It's fine, you have a new one. And it's a
Oh.
child.
Is that Gremlin really gonna be my assistant now?
What the fuck do we call this guy?
Do you want me to read this from To Be Continued? Or? Okay. When I woke the following morning, Suzato-san was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets. And so began an even longer day than the last. One that I would remember for the rest of my days.
It's fine, it's gonna be the fancy man witness that totally did not try to steal her coat.
Go to jail.
Oh. Good morning, Gina. I'm determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it.
So where's your friend then?
Sorry?
You know, in the fancy dress. It's just hard to, however you say it. I don't know.
Are we live?
Well.
Alright, there we go. Okay. I haven't used OBS since like switching mics, so it was like my mic wasn't actually set on it.
Ah, I see.
So I was like, the thought had just occurred to me. I wanted to check before we started properly.
Oh, Mrs. Otto had to leave early this morning. Oh, she was already gone by the time I woke up.
You wait with that, oh yeah. Forget about me if you like. Go and sail.
Oh, it's fine. It's not as though Mrs. Otto and I won't meet again one day.
Even so.
But you, Gina, you only get one chance. This trial today is all we have.
That might be Sholmes, yeah. Two of us are in agreement.
Mr. Sholmes? Is it?
Two of us are in agreement that it's probably Sholmes. Actually, I'm actually second guessing that.
Yeah, it's either.
No,
either
yeah,
way,
it's
it's
Sholmes,
one
it's
of
Sholmes,
Roman's
Sholmes.
characters.
I'm
Sholmes.
still bedridden.
Yeah, I think it's Sholmes. I think it's Sholmes. I'm thinking of a different case.
Good morning, you two.
Oh, no, it's fucking Iris.
Hey!
It's me, Iris.
Watch out the cat.
They can't leave the cat at home. How are you feeling, Jenny? Did you manage to sleep?
Oh yes, what doing there?
Iris.
What do you mean? When a friend is in need, we show our support. Isn't that right, Waggy?
Amazing. Oh, goodbye.
Ah, Waggy. There is no support being shown. Go to jail.
Wait. Where would you show your support, kitty?
Didn't have a nose around. What arm can it do?
Oh, that reminds me. I bought a paper on the way here. Now, would you like the good news or the bad news? What do you say, Bruno? Ginny?
Bad news. Oh, well, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Yes.
Good guess. It's like you know yourself very well.
Nah, I always take the good news first. It might not live to hear the bad.
Yeah, so the question always gives away people's personalities.
Let's not go there.
Alright then, I'll give you the bad news first.
Good.
A record amount of rain has fallen this morning, and carriages all over the capital are struggling to move.
Huh? The bad news? Was it a weather report?
A regular Tuesday in London, I see.
True.
So I hope that Susie made her train to Dover and that the train isn't delayed on its way to the port.
Gosh, yeah.
Alright then, so what's the good news?
Well, the rain is forecast to subside this afternoon. So even if the train is delayed, it should be able to make up the time later. Well, that is good news, isn't it?
I couldn't give him monkeys, really.
Only all good news canceled out the bad.
And look, this trial has made the headlines too. Pawnbroker perishes in pick-post plunder. See? Try saying that 5 times fast.
How do you like that? Well, let them say what they want. See if I care.
I can't because you're covering your face.
Don't worry. Bruno will show everyone that this headline is nonsense.
I will? I mean, yes.
And then, in tomorrow's papers, the headlines will be... Discharged diver is dauntless do-gooder. Isn't that right, Bruno?
Oh, yes, let's hope so.
Of course they will. I have absolute faith in you. How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work? Did it?
It's like she was still here.
In this paper.
I will give this to you as evidence. It might come in handy in the court.
Are we gonna need this?
Have you ever heard of Chekhov's gun? Good luck then, Uno. I'll do what I can.
Huh?
Obviously, I don't know the law like Susie does, but still. I won't be the first underage girl to be in a courtroom.
Huh?
Ah,
Actually,
Yes.
I will, because the other person hasn't been born yet, but...
I'm not sure that big thing is as comforting as you think it is, to be honest, but... thank you, Iris. That's very kind of you.
Oh yeah. Oh, Elise.
Yes, Jenny.
Well, I was wondering, is all the shoes? It fix them up alright?
Everyone in chat has like the fucking face. Yes, the operation was a great success. But Hurley still hasn't come around yet.
Eh?
I've asked a friend of mine at Scotland Yard. You know, the copper that can be trusted. To send a telegram as soon as he wakes up.
Sure, Gregson will let us know the moment there's news.
As soon as they stop torturing him, they'll let him out.
Oh, right.
No Susato-san, no Mr. Sholmes. Oh. It's all down to me today to prove that Gina is innocent of this crime.
Wants to be the 5-second bailiff.
Miss Gina Lestrade, counsel for the defense. The trial is about to begin. Please make your way into the courtroom. Keep your hands inside the vehicle at all times.
It's time then.
Well, yeah, well, let's go, Gina. Iris?
Lead the way, you know. I'm realizing we could have, like, a different person read each bailiff line of dialogue, and it would be like they're just all talking to us. And it wouldn't be the worst.
Or Gina. She's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. I have to believe in her from start to finish. That's the weapon that will secure our victory here.
Still flowing.
Even in
Learned
death.
And my great friend. It's that.
Even in death, Fuyunosuke. My headband flows magnificently. If they flowed any more, I'd be able to grab the ledge with them. Yes, who wants to be the judge?
Judge not here.
I'm gonna be Zeke's and Iris, so I think
I don't know
Roman-
that any of my characters are going to show up except for, like, Gregson, maybe.
Yeah, I
And
mean, Gregson's gonna
maybe-
show up because he's the main investigator. He's the Dixon.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session.
He's the gumshoe,
I
so like, he's gonna be in
suspected-
every case.
Yeah. I suspect they surprised Sholmes halfway through, but we might not reach him today.
Right. This trial shall determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
There will be 2 witnesses that I'm gonna want one of, but I don't remember like anyone that shows up in this case otherwise, aside from the obvious people.
And Zeke's.
The
usual
prosecution
suspects.
is ready.
The defense is ready.
Lord Van Zeeks,
My lord.
remind me, how many years ago was it that you withdrew from the Public Prosecution Service?
Oh, is this the line? It was some 5 years ago, my lord.
Yes. And then 2 months ago, you resurfaced somewhat unexpectedly, and here you are again today. Are there some circumstances of which the court should be aware that have led to this erratic behavior? In what one might describe as your former life 5 years past, you dealt exclusively in matters concerned with the highest echelons of society and government.
Really?
Yet today, you choose to try a simple case of burglary and murder. I confess I find it more than a little befuddling, Counsel.
There are two types of person I cannot abide. Firstly, those wealthy scoundrels who hide behind a mask of philanthropy to cheat the public at large. He means Mr. McGilden, who you defended against the Weeper 2 months ago.
Ah, yes. I just about managed to work that one out. Thank you, though. Nice McGilden. If I'd known what a monster he was, I never would have defended him.
I'm sad Felix isn't here for this scene. I'm so sad. And secondly, even more loathsome, those wily scoundrels who masquerade as allies, only to effect total betrayal in the final hour. In other words, the confidence tricksters from those tiny islands in the Far East, the Nipponese.
Wow,
That's advanced racism.
I thought they removed that line because we hadn't gotten to it yet.
What? Did he really just say that?
He means you now, Bruno.
Oh, yeah, I noticed. I actually managed to work that one out, too. Thanks.
Damn, Gil, this is called racism.
The best part of that is he's like, I hate the rich, but even more so, I hate the Japanese.
Total betrayal? What are you talking about? That torrid look of hatred in Lord Vinzik's eyes.
Bro saw the future in some World War II.
I think this is post World War II, isn't it?
Should be. Was it directed solely at me? Or was he talking about all Japanese people?
I don't actually remember.
Well, that didn't really answer my question, but alright, Van Zeeks, go off, I guess. Still, the judiciary welcomes the return of the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, feared by all of London's malefactors.
Your lordship is too kind.
Now, jurors, the 6 of you have been selected at complete random. I have to stress, completely at random.
Okay.
To represent the will of the people in this trial.
What?
Are you ready to hear the evidence placed before you and determine the guilt or innocence of the defendant?
We've
It's,
seen like all these people before.
Bro became a doctor in between?
This was also Felix.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be Felix.
Yeah.
I might just take it over for Felix.
I'll do it. Former lieutenant in the British Army here. Don't you know? Chaps like me were born ready.
That was Fred.
Clean crockery, clean cutlery, and a clean conscience. His lordship's motto is very appropriate here, I think.
Actually, I have no idea who the fuck this guy is. Everything will be stereoscopic in the future. Absolutely, absolutely everything. And I am ready for it.
That doesn't have anything to do with the case, but alright.
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was Felix.
Wants to be old man.
I don't understand it. I can't have left it in there. It's not possible. But could I have?
I don't remember who was Hull.
I don't know either.
Have we seen the Russian guy to the left yet?
I don't think so.
No, we've seen him in the newspaper, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
But not in person.
Women indispensable in society. Stop. Female-centric future awaits. Stop.
This guy could be anybody.
Could be any one of us.
Fuck it, I'll be 2 jurors, since right now, I don't think Gina's gonna talk that much, so I'll do that. Good day, comrade. Get it in voice. I am visiting London for sightseeing. Would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
This new lost.
Is something wrong, Bruno?
Oh, no, not exactly. It's just that I'm fairly sure I recognize these jurors. Almost all of them, in fact.
I am not wanted criminal.
Really? Funny coincidences like that do happen from time to time, don't they? But it is quite strange. The jurors are chosen at random from London's 6 million inhabitants, you see.
Complete random.
Oh, so I've been led to believe. Something tells me I'm being duped.
Very well. Now, Lord Van Zeeks, the court calls upon the prosecution to introduce the facts of the case.
As you wish, my lord. Allow me to begin with a word of warning to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. In short, there has never been a more self-evident case of cold-blooded murder.
Yes.
Garst.
The victim, Mr. Pop Winterbank, proprietor of a pawn shop on Baker Street, was shot from behind and died instantly. The prosecution presents this photographic print of the crime scene. As the court will observe, there is a single bullet wound just below the gentleman's left shoulder. The evidence suggests the bullet pierced the man's heart, resulting in near-instant death. Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory.
And what's that supposed to tell us?
It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Someone like the accused, you might say.
Oh,
The prosecution wishes to present the autopsy report and crime scene photograph as evidence, my lord.
Indeed. The court accepts. The court accepts. I see. Hand them to the bailiff, please.
the autopsy report has been updated.
Ooh,
Say the line, Bart.
Yes.
nice.
I now ask the court to turn its attention to this plan of the establishment where the incident occurred. The proprietor was found in the storeroom where he kept articles pawned to him. A windowless room with a single point of entry. A door to the main shop that was found locked. In this sealed chamber, there were only 2 persons present. The victim, Mr. Windybank, and the accused.
Ah,
It may further interest the court to know that when the accused was discovered at the scene, she had in her hand the gun used to fire the fatal bullet.
Well, it seems pretty clear cut to me.
Well, that's that then, isn't it? Nothing more to say. Isn't that grubby little
Isn't it?
girl? Yeah.
Not sure. So racist.
What are the jurors waiting for? The girl's guilty as hell.
Objection. We can't jump to conclusions here. We mustn't assume her guilt just because of what she has to do to survive.
My learned Nipponese friend, it is you who mustn't jump to conclusions. The prosecution has barely begun presenting its case. Conveniently, this appalling act of murder did not go unobserved. There were witnesses.
Why is non-Zodge birthplace vampire?
Well, what?
As a prosecutor, a vampire.
Dracula had a hobby.
Good gracious. Dracula.
After the testimony, this girl's true nature will be exposed. Pitiful pickpuss or cold-hearted killer. Here's to establishing the truth.
Nice poker face.
By the way, tell Emma that a vampire is not, like, the craziest thing that's been a prosecutor.
More evidence.
Sorry, I had to take a picture of my kid.
Fair.
The court will take the
Understandable.
floor plan and firearm into evidence.
Understandable, have a nice day.
Hand to the bailiff, please, Lord Van Zeeks. Let me post the picture.
At once, my lord.
Woo! More evidence! Yeah!
Evidence.
Ooh, God.
Evidence. Gun.
I'll just put it in the pics, I guess.
You can do it in the voice chat. Or, like, IOL pics. Okay.
Whatever. Too late.
Upside down
cat now.
cat. Nice. And then they're just
It worked for me.
nice.
Yeah, pics is like fan art. IOL pics is like, I took this picture.
Too late.
Okay.
No, oh, okay. No, it was proceed.
This isn't good.
I feel like the mood in here has turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Runo.
I think that's because it has.
Outstanding observations.
Are all of our conversations gonna be like this?
Let us begin the experiment. Bring forth the witnesses to the foul murder of Mr. Pop Windybank on 16th April of this year.
What the
Ugh.
fuck?
Okay, I want one of them. I don't care which one.
I'll be the other one because I
Okay.
think Gina's not going to talk much.
You want first or second?
It doesn't matter.
Witnesses, state your name and occupation for the court. I gotta find the voice. Name's Nash Skulkin. Occupation is, baddie. Professional baddie.
Wow.
Wow.
And the ghost Skulkin. Occupations are Famerism.
Tobias Gregson, Scotland Yard Inspector. You
Yes,
can't
you-
see it, but I have a gun pointed at him under
We
the
what
table.
they call the three Skulkin
Three
brothers.
Skulkin brothers.
3.
What are you looking at me like that for? Don't let me in with you lot.
Poor blimey, that's cold. Don't you know what we're going for?
It's all the road. That's got that so we're going every shady corner of the capital.
In
We're
the-
not shady yourselves.
And then last night, we come across you. The very spit of the bloke. Ain't that right, Ringo?
Is the very spit of him.
So we decided there and then what we was gonna do. We was gonna call you Big Bruv Sulky. Oh, that's you.
Oh, fuck. I need to right, I'm wrinkle because I'm, insert joke of Apple here.
Yes.
Come on, leave it out, you two.
Sulky Skulkin? And that's before he's run out of chips.
It's like one of my favorite jokes in the game is like those three on the stand together.
Well then, Inspector Sulky Gregson. I'm begging your pardon, my lord, but the name is Tobias. What I would like to know, Inspector, is what you are doing in the witness stand.
The Skulkin brothers are currently under arrest, my lord, on suspicion of theft.
Thieves, are they? These three? No, my lord. I'm begging your pardon, but please don't let me in with this lot. Again.
2 nights ago, these two brothers illegally entered an establishment with intent to burgle. And in the course of their nefarious activities, they became embroiled in a far more sinister crime.
By Jove! You mean to say, what an extraordinary coincidence.
Indeed, my lord. While attempting to burglarize the pawnbrokery, they witnessed its proprietor's murder.
He's on a box. He's that small.
And still shorter.
Order! Order!
Bro's built like Kobe. The various trespasses of these brothers is not the subject of today's proceedings, though they will naturally face trial in the very near future.
With your lordship's permission, I'd like to remain in the stand to keep these gents on the straight and narrow. Of course, Inspector. Skeptical as I am about the caliber of these witnesses, I will permit them to take the stand.
Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you will now testify before the court. Describe the events of the night in question and what exactly you saw. Happy to. Because a skulkin's never skulkin'.
Don't
Try
try
the
it.
line.
Get out of it.
No.
It's such a good joke. We was walking down Baker Street in the small hours, and the gas door was ajar, see?
It does look some kind of sign. Maybe for us to go in. It does.
But once we got inside, caught blimey lummy, we heard a gunshot from the back room.
Hard to say what was what, but the door was locked from the inside.
We never done nothing, Governor. We never took nothing. We just left after that, nice and quiet.
Governor.
Governor, we was walking here.
A terrible coincidence it would seem. At the precise moment these miscreants entered the property, an even more sinister crime was afoot.
The witness's testimony is consistent with the crime scene in every detail. The door providing access to the storeroom from the main shop was indeed locked from the inside. And within, only the victim and the accused were found.
I must say, it does appear to be an overwhelmingly simple case. Still, the defense may cross-examine the witnesses now. Of course, counsel, if you please. Counsel?
Yes.
What's the matter, Runo?
Sorry, I was just stunned into silence for a minute by the blatant lies being told by that pair in the stand. I know it's all nonsense, because I saw it with my own eyes. Others have exposed their testimony for the pack of lies it is. Wait, couldn't I be a witness?
True.
Have fun with that. Cross-examine yourself. See what happens.
Yes. You know the drill. Press.
Hold it. The front door of Wendy Bank was ajar, you say? What time of night was this?
Must have been about 1. Right, Ringo?
Yeah, I guess so. Right? It's okay.
How would I know? The place would have been shut at 1 in the morning, just like every other shop in town.
Rule of 3. Every time they speak. Well, it was pitch black inside, it's true. Ain't that right, Ringo?
I'm not so certain, Nash. I seem to remember a little light burning inside. What about you, Sulky? Me old mucker?
Leave me alone.
There definitely was a small lamp burning inside. That's what alerted us to the situation in the first place.
And when these gentlemen ventured into the open establishment, the accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, already had the muzzle of her gun trained on the unfortunate victim.
Objection. That is pure conjecture.
Huh.
Perhaps. but it changes nothing. These brothers inadvertently wandered into the middle of a cold-blooded murder, simply because they found the door of the victim's establishment open and ventured inside. Right, that's what happened.
Is he just hanging out there?
He's just vibing. The cat is vibing in the window.
As they do.
What are you trying to suggest? That you had to go in?
No, see, he's outside looking in.
Wait, is he leaving? No?
Well, God moves in mysterious ways, they say, don't they, Wingo? Don't they?
They do, Nash, they do. Must have been some sort of providence, I reckon.
God's will often presents itself as the whim of thieves, does it?
It wasn't no whim, I'm dead sure that.
It weren't, Nash, it weren't. Like we said at the time.
You don't just find doors open in the middle of the night like that. Nah, there's no two ways about it.
Come on, do you want to go inside?
It was a sign that our long lost brother was inside.
Wava!
Brava. They're not very good liars, are they?
Well, I can't deny it. It led us to a bloke who looks just like above.
I said, cut it out.
Those chips are getting us chomping today.
Look at that view.
Hold
Oh, no.
up. A gunshot, you say? Just the one? Are you sure about that?
Yup, just the one, Governor. I can swear to that.
It was, Nash, it was. Ain't it right, bruv?
The firearm used belonged to the victim himself.
Yes, Mr. Windybank always used to leave his gun lying around on the counter.
Right, I remember that.
When we examined it, we found the revolver was completely out of rounds.
That makes sense. Mr. Windybank always used to say he only ever kept a single bullet loaded. It's all he needed to blow his own brains out.
That's true. I remember saying that as well.
So, we can say with considerable certainty that only a single round was discharged from the firearm used as the murder weapon. Yes, my lord, we can.
And I should remind the court that the firearm in question was discovered in the hand of the accused.
Oh, wonderful.
Oops. No.
Ah. No!
Yeah, missed it. There you go.
Hold it. Do you mean the door between the main shop and the storeroom?
If my learned friend is having difficulty grasping the situation, perhaps a drawing would help.
What are you saying?
Here's some colored pencils and crayons as well. Have fun, little one.
Got to be ready.
Excluding the shop's entrance from the street, there's only one other door, that of the storeroom.
Just go ask upstairs. Maybe go help make it faster.
Of course, there was only a little old lamp burning, not much to see by.
And the door was hidden behind a curtain and all.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
Living.
You can go ask upstairs to stuff, yeah?
When we arrived, the door was mostly obscured by the curtain. Tell me, why exactly did you try to open that door? Any normal petty thief would run at the sound of a gunshot, I should think.
Well, your turn to rabbit, Ringo.
Well, Nash, yeah. I suppose you'd have to say we ain't normal.
Broadly speaking, humans respond in one of two ways on hearing a gunshot or scream. The timid flee gripped by fear, while the courageous investigate to see if they might help. Clearly, these fine gentlemen are of the latter inclination. My learned Nipponese friend, it would seem, is of the former.
Alright. Somehow I just proved that I was a coward that night.
Thank you, counsels. So, I believe we all understand that the door was locked and could not be opened. Proceed, witnesses.
Press.
Hold it! You didn't do or take anything. Is that your story?
Well, it was bedlam soon as, wasn't it?
It was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to put me nooks on me loosey lockets.
But, so no time to take your hands out of your pockets. Oh, I see. You just left nice and quietly, you say?
That's right, Governor. Nothing we hate more than violence. Peace-loving nibblers we are, not bludgers.
We are, Nash, we are. And even pull me dukes out me loosey lockets.
Oh, so you clearly like us to believe?
Come again.
As you fled from the pawnbrokers that night. Did you not run into anyone else? And did you not fire a gun at that person?
Saints alive, they fired a gun, you say?
Ah! Blimey, Governor.
You ain't telling us it was you in the doorway?
It was.
Why the bleeding Nora?
Didn't you mention that before?
You were armed with a gun. And as you fled the scene, you fired that gun. And almost killed me. I mean, at London's greatest detective, Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes?
Sherlock Holmes. No way.
The Great Holmes?
On the night in question, this pair were arrested by the police within minutes of the discovery of the crime scene. Their suspicious countenance rapidly gave them away. And when searched, a firearm was indeed found in their possession.
Yes.
Furthermore, the barrel shows signs of a shot having been fired from it. The prosecution invites his lordship to examine the firearm recovered from these brothers.
Brothers. Yes, indeed. Remnants of powder are on the muzzle, as you say, Consul. Pray. The court will hold this weapon as evidence. I really feel as if maybe you should have declared this earlier, but you know, whatever.
Gun acquired.
Now I have a free gun.
Now, my learned Nipponese friend.
Yes?
Here's to you successfully presenting the evidence. For yes, there are the telltale signs of spent powder on this gun, and a single bullet missing from the cylinder. But the prosecution demands evidence that it was fired at the scene of the crime under scrutiny in this trial.
Well, I don't need evidence. Because I was there.
Amazing.
However, the rest of us in this courtroom were not.
Huh?
If the defense fails to provide evidence in support of its rash claim, we shall have no choice but to toast to your incompetence and move on.
Evidence that these two fired that gun before they left Winniebanks that night. Excuse me, assistant, I need help.
The court demands that all claims are affirmed with clear proof. What evidence shows that these witnesses unloaded a firearm in the pawnbroker's shop that night?
What the hell?
Let me just check.
That was a little bit of like SpongeBob news reporter in that inflection.
Well, yeah, I like the green text.
Okay.
Courtroom.
No, not that.
Um,
Let me examine. See that one.
my friend Sholmes got shot. Does that count?
No, because we were not there.
Yeah, there's our picture. That's it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That's why I said.
The evidence is in his portfolio.
What on earth have you there, Consul?
During the course of our investigations, we discovered a number of bloodstains.
Not trusting the police to do the job they're trained to do. How arrogantly American of you.
Well, anyway.
Un-American.
It's true. No. You're correct because in Ace Attorney, they're actually in America, and Maya's favorite food is burgers.
It's only in the English localization.
I know that's the joke.
Okay. Got it.
We analyzed all the blood
Japanifornia.
samples and recorded the results in this portfolio.
Burgers. I love burgers. Burger.
Boga.
And you claim to have the evidence the court is demanding therein?
Yes, my lord.
No more dallying, then, Counsel, and present the pertinent evidence at once. We gotta have some real gameplay in here.
Oops, whatever.
It could be any of them.
It could be any of them.
What is that? I don't know what I'm looking at. It could be anything.
What are the green splodges?
That's a photograph. Photographic print taken at Windy Bank's pawnbrokery on the day of the incident.
From the scene of the crime, is it? Is that a bullet hole? And if my eyes do not deceive me, it appears the bullet is still lodged there.
Yes, as your lordship noticed. The bullet pierced Mr. Windybank's calendar. With the date shown being the 16th of April, the very day of the pawnbroker's death.
The incident occurred at 1 hour after midnight. But this indicates that a separate shot had been fired sometime after the calendar had been set to the 16th.
That's right. And while it isn't irrefutable, the defense believes this is credible evidence the witnesses did fire a round from their gun in the pawnbroker's that night.
Nah.
Order! How does the prosecution stand, Lord Van Zeeks?
Just fine, my lord.
Good.
If that is the direction my learned friend wishes to take, the prosecution has no objection.
What?
But you'll forgive me for flinging my hollowed chalice aside, in disgust at the repugnancy it exposes. Yes, on the night in question, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery illegally. The judge is playing Blood Bowl 3. And like the bold baddies they claim to be... He's not coming, I guess. He's just gonna do that instead. And like the bold baddies they claim to be, opened fire on the new arrivals before fleeing back onto the street. Take it easy there, Governor. You're gonna land us in the soup.
We had a deal. You ain't gonna get into them details. Tell him, Sulky, set the bloke straight.
I have nothing to add. I don't know you.
So he knew, did he? The Antiques knew the testimony would almost certainly expose the extent of their crimes.
It would seem now. but I owe my learned Nipponese friend a word of gratitude.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that you have helpfully confirmed an important fact.
To what fact do you refer, Lord Van Zeeks?
As has been established at the point of their arrest, a single shot had been fired from the brothers' gun. However, if that shot found its target in Mr. Sholmes, then clearly these witnesses cannot be accused of the fatal shooting of the proprietor and victim.
Ah,
In other words, these two men have no material connection to the murder of Mr. Windybank at all.
gasp. So this is it.
Slap, slap.
And that's it. We didn't have nothing to do with it.
We didn't, Dash. We didn't. That's what I reckon.
Your crimes include unlawful entry, intent to steal, perjury, and, let us not forget, attempted murder.
Quite a catalog, eh, fellas?
We're in for it now, bro.
Now then, let us take a moment to consider the aforementioned great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. It would seem the man patronized the pawnbrokers in question somewhat regularly.
I'm in severe debt.
Where is he going with this?
Mr. Sholmes appears to take pleasure in tinkering with eccentric machinery.
Yeah.
I had to steal something to blow my nose.
Eccentric? Says who?
Not me. Don't give me that look.
He installed a pair of machines like this one in the victim's shop. Oh. That's one of Hurley's red-handed recorders.
What is that, Counsel? It has the appearance of a photographic contraption.
As your lordship has surmised, it is indeed a camera attached to a small timing device.
I have to be able to take control.
Help!
Every half an hour, it automatically photographs the interior of the establishment. The idea being that if a thief were to break into the shop, he would be caught red-handed.
Wait, no. The prosecution has obtained the photographs taken by the device on the night in question. As the court will observe, copious identical prints are produced in a quite desultory fashion.
Huh. Rather prodigal, I feel.
In fact, there are two such devices in the victim's shop, my lord. If I may refer the court to the plan of the premises, the respective positions are here and here.
You say these cameras produce a print every half hour. I'm afraid I fail to see how that would help if the anticipated thief conducted his activities in one of the many 30-minute intervals.
One can only pray that the would-be criminal lingers, my lord.
Huh.
On the night in question, the witnesses currently in the stand were not caught on camera. Aha, that's a bit of Friar Chuck, eh, bruv? Lady Luck loves a skulkin'.
Witnesses. At what time did your trespassing begin?
It must have been just after 1, right, bruv? Must have been, Nash. Must have been. Yeah, just gone 1. In which case, minutes before these brothers entered the establishment, what scene might we expect to see within the shop? Let us examine the evidence.
Good lord. It's the defendant. With a gun. Miss Gina Lestrade. With a gun.
This looks kind of bad, but don't worry.
As the court can clearly see, for her neutral specials, she wields a gun.
Hmm.
The accused is pictured, gun in hand, facing the victim over the shop counter. No doubt coercing the proprietor to open the door to his storeroom.
Quite. One can only too easily imagine the events that unfolded. The court will take this photographic print as evidence, if you please, counsel.
Wow. Oh, that looks bad.
Look at this photograph. I don't believe it. Jenny. In short, the accused is the only person who could possibly have killed Mr. Windybank. Please ignore the 30 minutes that follow and were not caught on camera.
I'm dying.
I'm gonna guess that's the first jury. So have fun.
I say, my lord.
I will now voice like 4 different jury members.
I wonder if I might put in a word at this point.
Go ahead, Mr. Foreman. Mysterious person we've never seen before.
Took a bally bullet to the knee in the Battle of Maywan, 1880, don't you know?
Continue.
Been decorated for it and all that, but forced to retire from service, sadly. Of course, a medal can never outshine the exploits of chaps like us in the battlefield.
Yes, Mr. Foreman, and what exactly is your point?
Carried on the battle after retirement, you see. The battle of daily life, if you like. And here I am now, leading this small squadron. 6 men, all good and true. And we'll all go down together, you mark my words. One for all, and all for one.
This is getting interesting. Don't mind me. Keep going, keep going. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached agreement, have they? Is that what we are to understand?
Well, Mr. Foreman, is that correct?
In a manner of speaking, yes. That is the Garadeb Squadron's position, sir. But no, it's too soon to make a status report for the court, men, on the double.
His lordship insists on promptitude at all times, and that goes for making decisions too. I think you'll find the truth is as clear as day now. I could reach out and touch it.
I wouldn't have left it in there. I just wouldn't have. But in all honesty, I can't remember.
Situation clear. Stop. No room for doubt. Stop. Truth now undeniable. Stop. I am very sorry for brothers. They are unlucky. As you can see, we are all in agreement.
Very well. I now call upon each member of the jury to state his or her leaning on this matter. Announce your considered verdicts to the court.
Guilty.
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 Kill him.
Death!
Ah,
Your Honor, League of Legends.
I was thinking of how to say that.
Death. It does indeed appear that the jury is unanimous in its leaning already. Leaning. Somebody advance my dialogue. Thank you.
Oh, that photograph. Look at this photograph.
Yes.
It must have been the definitive evidence that Gregson mentioned.
But Ginny didn't shoot him.
Oh, of course not. My lord. The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination.
Again with this shit. Very well, the court grants permission. It's like a cheat code for you freaks.
So, you refuse to admit defeat again. How unsurprising.
Oh, yeah. We shall proceed immediately with the summation examination. Mr. Foreman, are all members of the jury ready?
But absolutely, sir. Always ready for action, my chaps.
Okay, and what about the people beside you? I don't care about your lips.
Yeah. Very good, I guess. It's as good as I'm going to get in this kangaroo court. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. Please. Judicial findings.
All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt at this young pickpocket team. Pickpocket team.
As a housemaid, I should like to see all filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated.
She just wants to see someone die.
I think you'll find that if you look at the photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out.
If I had left it in there, I should think there'd be repercussions by now. Someone surely would have yelled at me.
Mind made up. Stop. Global radio transmission of verdict to follow. Stop.
No.
Esme also. In Motherland, we say never judge by clothes, judge by head. I am convinced brothers are innocent. The head was good.
Look at that mouse.
Damn. It was so good, a man died for it. The circumstance of the crime and the evidence do indeed implicate the defendant rather comprehensively.
The storeroom, locked from the inside, in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone. And in the accused's hand, the fatal revolver, the firing of which was heard by these witnesses.
Not to mention this print. Take it from a chap who's seen action in the battlefield. That young girl's on the verge of pulling the volley trigger.
Yes, while pointing away from the victim.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes. Thanks for
Oh
nothing.
dear. At least cameras were supposed to help, not hinder.
Yeah, good luck.
1 second. Just a
Judge is like, yeah, I think you're fucked.
Sorry. I'm afraid I think you have an uphill struggle ahead of you. This one's looking pretty bad, guy.
But Tina didn't shoot. No, Tina didn't shoot. No way. There's more to the situation we get to see.
Agreed.
You have the floor, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination. Post haste. At once. Immediately.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, I don't want to play the game because I have already played the game, so I need a voice in my head to tell me what to do.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll press everything first because that's play with text, and also, like, sometimes important.
Hey, aren't you Mr. Natsumi's landlord, Mr. Gyardo? We really must stop meeting like this. Ah, you're that lawyer chap. Well, there's a turn-up for the books. Yes, rather turbulent time we had back then. Some extraordinary events took place at your house, that's for sure. Luckily, Mr. Sholmes and I were able to get to the bottom of it all. Huh. I think we did rather a lot for you, didn't we?
You okay?
No, it's just really funny that he's testing his arm like, we've been really nice to you. Couldn't just like give us an innocent vote just like this time. Because we're pals.
Yeah, okay. I see it.
I mean, obviously, I wouldn't be suggesting that therefore you should change your leanings to not guilty or anything. Can't be denied, I suppose. The curse of the Garridev house was the talk of the town after that business. Lodgers moved out, and I couldn't get a bally soul to take up the tenancies. Oh? I haven't had the heart to break the news to Joni yet. Bad enough that the old girl's popped up. Poor Joni. Ah, yes, can't be denied. You did do rather a lot. But not for us, that's for dash certain. I suppose not. Of course. There could be no suggestion of that being the reason I'm leaning towards guilty here, obviously. Obviously, but honestly. I really wish you'd pay more attention to the trial, and less to juror number 2. Polishing the bench, I see, again.
A maid's work is never done. Not a blemish must remain.
What exactly do you mean by filthy eyesores?
On my way to market for his lordship, I have to pass through the East End. The place is full of beggars, pig-posters, and craftsmen, the scum of the earth.
Damn, she gets homeless?
A little harsh, perhaps?
Let me be plain. If it were up to me, all those back slums would be made spick and span or eradicated. At least we have people like the great detective working to achieve these important goals.
Referring to Mr. Herlock Sholmes?
That's right. I like to keep abreast of his exploits by reading Grant's magazine in between my duties. He does wonders cleaning up London streets. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital.
Sorry, lady, but I'm based. I like the homeless.
Mr. Sholmes, the maid?
It's really quite unforgivable, though. He likes the homeless. Gutter scum having the audacity to shoot our very greatest detective.
Minor detail. It was the 2 brothers in the stand who shot Mr. Sholmes, not the defendant.
A minor detail indeed. They were all gutter scum as far as I'm concerned.
Well, this might be an idea to get our facts straight, anyway.
Yes, alright. I shall amend my statement. Those brothers are the scum of the earth. They should swing for shooting the great detective. I'm going to press her again because the thing might have changed. Yep.
I agree with you. They should hang them. But the purpose of this trial is to determine who shot the pawnbroker, Mr. Windybank.
I'm afraid you're splitting hairs, sir.
Sorry?
Whether it was the thieves or the pickposts, it was still gutter trash that shot the pawnbroker in the end. Filth that should be cleaned up and eradicated, in my considered opinion.
Thanks.
I was
so
right.
much.
She just wants to watch somebody die.
Changing this maid's mind isn't going to be easy.
You know, it was one of those 2 brothers that shot Hurley, wasn't it?
Yes, without question.
Well then, I'll never forgive them.
Yes.
Perhaps we can use this maid's statement to help us somehow, don't you think?
Well, maybe. Let's listen carefully to what each juror has to say first.
Okay.
Okay. Excuse me, sir. What the hell? But
I'm gonna
what
be
do
right
you
back,
look-
like 5 minutes.
Oh, fun. I will
Everyone's
voice more
leaving!
characters.
Fred's gone. No, you're gone. Should we stop?
I mean, I don't think... Should I have to voice the old man now, too? Fuck. If you can voice the old man, I don't think this is, like, too unreasonable to keep going, but...
Alright.
We can also just take 5, I guess.
What do you mean? Look at the photograph in stereo.
Sorry, what? Don't you know? If you look at the photographic print normally... It looks as though the pickpocket girl is about to shoot the victim, obviously.
Objection. There was no indication that the defendant ever fired the gun.
All I'm saying is that if you look at the same print in stereo, it could reveal all sorts of new information.
By any chance, are you a fan of stereoscopes?
Of course not! How did you know?
Well, that's got a lucky guess.
It never gets old, seeing the two prints merge into one before your eyes. It's extraordinary. It's captivating. It's the height of modernity.
Oh, of course, yes.
Oh, yes. I think you'll find that the stereoscope is here to stay. Giving us new perspectives we could only dream of before. It's the greatest invitation the world has ever seen since the Nintendo 3DS.
If only you could give me a new perspective on this case, I might agree with you.
Consider trying it!
Objection, what the hell are you talking about? What exactly have you been muttering about all this time, sir? You keep talking about having left something somewhere or something like that.
Honestly, they're not
Yeah.
talking over each other, so I can do Old Man if you want me to.
So sorry.
Okay.
As you can probably tell, I'm a surgeon.
And I trust him
sir.
with my life!
That totally passed me by. Of course, people conducting surgery in this country are considered to be doctors. Oh no. Even though me and my kind are at the forefront of medical science, the real brains in the field. So, what is it that you think you left behind? Well, that's a little embarrassing, to be honest. You see, I was operating on someone yesterday. Standard thing, went into the abdomen. But when I finished the procedure, I couldn't find my scalpel anywhere. What? Did he? Surely not. Exactly. Surely not, you said to yourself, don't you? Worrying, isn't it? That's what's been troubling me this whole time. Could I really have left my scalpel inside the fellow's belly? No, of course I couldn't. So, there you have it. Like I said, a little embarrassing, really. But that's one way of putting it. The other is manslaughter. That's exactly my concern. Seeing as this case appears to be all but soon up, I'll need to focus on trying to remember exactly what I've sewn up elsewhere. No, I'm sure everything was back as it should be. Well, as sure as you can be without being sure. I'm sure you need to be more sure. Okay. Hold it. Sorry, radio transmission? What do you mean by this?
Are you from the Far East? Stop.
Yes, from the Empire of Japan.
All communication with Far Eastern nations used to take place by mail.
Here.
I did not say stop. Royal Mail steamers take more than a month to complete the journey. But now we have the electric telegram, so we can send messages using electrical signals. Thousands of miles of cables have been laid along the ocean beds, connecting the entire world.
Thousands of miles of cable on the ocean bed. It makes my head hurt just thinking about it.
You are so well informed, young lady. But cables will soon become a thing of the past. Stop.
And just when I was starting to catch up. No.
Radio transmission is the future. Stop. Messages carried over airwaves to four corners of globe. Stop. Excitement growing. Stop. Atmosphere electric. Stop.
Right. Trying to wear out your fingers.
Era of wireless telegraphy. Stop. Driving technological revolution. Stop. I stopped.
Good.
And people say inventions like the stereoscope at this height of technology. What utter piffle. I can't understand it. I really can't. They're just silly toys.
Hold up. Someone wants. Someone has a.
I am about to talk to myself.
Good.
Juror number 3. Sorry to interrupt when you're obviously fuming, but
What?
do you perhaps have something to say about juror number 5's last remark? If I couldn't guess.
Oh, you bet I do. Say that again. Go on. I dare you. Goodness, are you talking to me?
I think he just might be, yes.
You think stereoscopes are just toys, do you? Huh? Absolutely. I mean, really. A machine to view photographs in 3 dimensions? Why on earth would you not just use your eyes to look at the world around you? It's all 3-dimensional.
What a great way to appease the man.
No, I'm sorry. Stereoscopes are of no practical use at all. You just don't know! Pardon? I think you'll find that viewing a photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities. I'm obviously going to have to demonstrate on this Nintendo 3DS.
Oh god, what sort of possibilities?
Well, take a crime scene for example. If you had a pair of photographs from a crime scene that you could view through a stereoscope, it could reveal hidden clues you would never have been...
What?
Have you got any, Uno? Any prints we could look at with a stereoscope?
Nope.
No.
No.
I'm being... The voice in my head is telling me to pick what is almost certainly the wrong answer.
No. No, I don't think so. None spring to mind, anyways.
It could be the wrong answer if we're supposed to get another photograph later on in the thing. But, like, we should have at least checked, not that. Yeah, because we have all these. Oh, well, we only have that one? Question mark?
Was this a... What, this wasn't a DS game, was it?
3DS.
Oh yeah, 3DS.
It's why, like, ever since the stereoscope's been introduced, I've been making the joke.
Alright, yeah.
Well, if you find any, we should definitely try it.
I don't think we're just going to find prints of the crime scene lying around, you know. But I suppose if we somehow find ourselves with some, it would be worth a go.
Actually, hang on.
Where do you want to look?
I mean,
At the evidence?
it's effectively just the one photograph as far as we're concerned, but it's also stated that there's like 50 identical photographs. So we can see if we get anything from this guy. In Mother... we read this.
Please tell me you're not villain Bolshevik? The Russian revolutionary?
Revolutionary? I believe there is such a rumor.
It's just a rumor?
As you see, I have unfortunate appearance. I look like vicious criminal.
Your words, not mine, just saying.
People call me revolutionary, murderer, autocrat. And which glove fits? Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
Right, that didn't sound staged at all. You'll forgive me for having my doubts.
To be treated like vicious criminal all the time. It is very painful. People do not realize. So I have much sympathies for these brothers. People say they are criminals only because of how they look, and also because they shot a man.
The Skulkin brothers?
Ah, maybe they went inside pawnbroker's shop. Maybe they shot a man, but they have done nothing wrong. That is all what I want to say.
The Skulkin brothers did nothing wrong? Well, first of all, that's one not so little misunderstanding I'll need to clear up straight away. Tell me something, Iris.
What is it, Bruno?
The jurors are chosen at random from the inhabitants of London town, aren't they?
Yes. It's amazing, isn't it?
In that case, how is it that there's a Russian tourist sitting among them, who looks for
Among
all
us.
the world like a revolutionary?
What? Okay.
What?
He said something, but I couldn't hear him.
Oh.
I wish I knew.
The trial will be over, blah blah blah. We're
No,
gonna
no, no.
die. We're gonna...
We technically haven't read that, but it's on point.
Alright, we need to pit the
I mean, I think we still do this.
no, we need to pit the maid versus the Russian guy. Very
Okay.
important.
Objection.
These two statements clearly contradict each other.
Yeah, I think he said he had to step away again.
I'm okay now. Sorry.
Okay, cool.
Good lord, Counsel, explain yourself.
Yes, please explain. Oh, my statement? Contradictory? Contradict. C-O-N.
Cue number 6. You've got the wrong end of the stick.
I do not have stick. I have mouse.
Oh. As juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulkin brothers fled the scene on the night in question, they fired a shot from the revolver.
Yes, they shot poor Mr. Sholmes in the abdomen, I understand.
Surely you're not going to tell the court now that you didn't hear.
Abdomen. Abdomen. A-B-D.
Sir?
Sorry. My English is still learning.
You are telling the court you didn't hear.
Forgive me. I did not hear.
Uh.
Ah, here is word. Abdomen. Part of person's body containing stomach and other vital organs. If this is what you mean, you should say in plain English, I am Russian, not native speaker.
Who thought it was a good idea to let this man be on the jury again?
So, you are telling me these brothers who look like criminals were lying. They said before we never done nothing, but truth is they shot detective. This is double negative.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Lying is wrong, especially when lie is said by person who looks like criminal.
Coming from you, that seems surprisingly prejudiced.
This means, when they said we never took nothing, maybe it was also a big fat lie. Is this true?
Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods were found, so...
Enough. I trust no one now.
Don't kill the mouse. It's not the mouse's fault, though, sir.
I must see with own eyes. I must investigate crime scene myself. I fucked it up. Investigate.
Investigate.
I'm afraid there won't be pause.
Yes, it is, Runo. Easily.
Sorry?
With the prints from Hurley's red-handed recorder.
Ah.
If you compare the print to the picture's Ginny, and the next print from half an hour later, you'll be able to see straight away if anything was taken or not. Cooey, Mr. Prosecutor. Tut tut. Calling on the prosecution in the middle of a summation examination of all times. The print showing the accused threatening the victim after she broke into the shop is this one. Following this, the victim and the accused had moved into the storeroom. Meanwhile, the Skulkin brothers entered the shop and summarily heard the fatal gunshot ring out. Sadly, none of these events were captured on film. This is the print produced by the camera half an hour later, after the brothers' flight. So this was taken after Hurley was shot then.
Huh.
As far as I can tell. Nothing has been taken.
That does seem to be the case. I can't notice anything that's obviously missing in the second print.
So, the brothers who looked like criminals told only one lie. They shot man, but they stole nothing.
It would seem so, yes.
Good.
No, not good.
You were right. I did not understand situation. Now I know brothers have lied. I think it is very important to continue with trial.
Yay.
We look suspicious, but we did nothing wrong. I believe you. Yay, well done, Bruno. The balance is shifting.
Well, it's a start, I suppose. But there must be more in what these jurors are saying that I can use to expose the truth. And if I can do that, we just might turn the situation to our favor still.
Thank you, counsel. Continue with the summation examination. Please. And kindly hand that new photographic print to the bailiff as he to be filed for evidence. Now we have another photograph.
Another print in the court record. I wonder if we can make use of that somehow.
Alright, voice in my head. What are we doing next?
So, can we go to the stereoscopic guy and try to do the
We have to press,
stereoscopic
in order to get there, we have to press the Morse code lady, right?
Do we have to pit them again? I just skip to this.
Order of operations. PEMDAS.
Okay, so yeah, we have to. It's not a pit. It's this thing.
Excuse me.
Yes, we do.
Yes, please.
Okay, now pick the photographs. The end. Yeah, either one.
No,
Should-
I think it'd be this one specifically. Unless he
Yeah,
asks me
come on.
to.
They should ask for both, yeah. Are you saying you can do this for any two suitable photographic prints?
Of course I can!
3D.
I'd like you to demonstrate.
My mouse moved. I think Fred's back. That's the wrong button. Yep. Finally, I can voice 5 less characters.
Yes.
Okay,
I
What-
had to make food for myself.
what,
Because I always thought at the exact time food should be made, but sometimes I have to make it for myself.
Yeah. So,
Huh.
the brothers shot Sholmes, which meant they didn't shoot Victim.
Yeah, the guy. Yes,
So now we are in
the
the
photograph.
no, now we're in the like the jury thing because everyone said okay, bitch is guilty. So Maid hates all quote unquote gutter trash and wants them all killed basically. And Russian dude was like, they look like criminals but said they did nothing wrong, so I am on their side. So they got pit against each other. We got a photograph from after the
Murder.
were you here for the photographs?
I heard them.
Okay. Yeah, so we got a photograph from after, and then Stereoscope guy is like basically about to have us put them together to see if anything changed because 3D.
3D.
Of 3D.
Pretty much. I could listen to a while until Discord said I'm out AFK.
I thought about moving you back in.
Power headless, yes. Wireless headphones. Anyway, you may proceed now. I'm
Yep.
reading the out first.
These two prints and blah blah blah. Whatever.
So next time I should just move you back in immediately.
Yeah.
Alright. Yes, I see. Tell me, Mr. Lawyer. Do you know how stereographic images work? Do you understand the principle?
Well, I think so. I did have a lesson only yesterday.
You want salt for your fries, Samson?
The left and right eye images need to be the same, only a slight shift in position in some objects.
Whoa.
Merges the two images together inside your head and notices the shift as if it were death.
Death?
Depth.
Death.
Damn.
As if it were League of Legends. Yes, exactly! It's that small shift between certain objects in the two pictures that's really important.
So what happens if you use two photographs that are exactly the same then?
Nothing happens.
No, obviously that wouldn't work at all. Not for seeing the scene three-dimensionally, anyway. Oh. Oh! Of course! Now I see. I think the young girl has discovered the secret! I have!
You look a little cross-eyed.
Oh. Yeah, uncross your eyes before you tell me.
Have another look at these two pictures from Hurley's camera, Runo. Go on. Hang on, I have to time out a bot. The usual.
The usual.
Okay. Can you see that there's a really obvious difference between them?
Oh, one has a gun and one doesn't. Of course there is. There are two people in the first and no people.
Well, yes, you can see that straight away. But now, try looking at the pictures in 3 dimensions.
The 3DS.
Alright, I'll give it a go. I won't actually. But whatever. Okay, yeah, I know it's the doll. The doll is in a different position. Okay, I get it.
How can he tell?
Wow.
I actually don't know if it's at all. Well, did you manage to see it properly, Runo?
Yes, I saw it. I saw it.
I didn't.
Fun. Protagonist did.
3D.
What's going on with these two pictures? Some of the things in the counter sort of jump out at you.
He has his fucking lens.
He's not gonna go cross-eyed. The fuck are you talking about? Yes, that's it, you see? That's the other amazing power of stereoscopes!
Other amazing power?
This is Felix still, so...
It's me.
Yeah.
Is someone going to explain this black magic, eh? Why the deuce do some of the things in the counter seem to jump out at you like that, huh?
I really wish like the 3DS version could have gotten localized so I could actually like see what the fuck is going on. It's great that we can play it at all, but like, damn. I think you'll find that if you consider the basic principle of the stereoscope, you'll answer your own question. Basic principles of the stereoscope? As I said before, if you try to look at two identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all. It's the slight shift in the positions of certain objects that lets you see the pictures three-dimensionally.
In other words, even though at first glance it seems the objects on the counter haven't moved at all between the two pictures, this shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in their positions.
Yes, there must have been.
Now hold fire there, sir. Got a reasonable grasp of this whole cross-eyed business now, I'd say. But why the devil does this shift between the two prints exist in the first place? Well, what's the answer, fellow? Come on, you're the cross-eyed master.
Yes,
But what-
we are.
I haven't the first idea.
You know, Bruno, it's quite simple.
It is?
Just think it through step by step. The first
Yes,
photograph was taken at 1 a.m. Then, 30 minutes later, the second photograph was taken. But the position of some items on the counter appears to have slightly shifted in the interim. So that means...
That means sometime in the half-hour interval. Someone must have tampered with the things on the counter. Zookers!
Zookers?
Someone tampered? New information. Stop. Not mentioned in testimony so far. Stop.
Yes. You've had to go around circles a little here, it seems. I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in this summation examination now. Ladies and gentlemen, the question now is clear. We know the items on the countertop were moved, but by whom? Are you suggesting that you might know? Oh, of course. I can tell you right now who's responsible for the almost imperceptible shift in the items.
I can't.
It's Usato! No. Alright, who is it actually? Who is it? Who is it? Is it, it's those guys, right? It's the brothers?
Out of
Skulky.
people that we know are relevant to the case, I feel like it has to be. But I
It's
don't
gotta be.
fucking know. Does anyone else wanna...
It's these two, Gina, the guy that fucking died. That's kind of it. That's the options.
Yeah.
Take that!
It was the witnesses currently in the stand, the Skulkin brothers.
The Skulkin brother.
Wait.
Wait,
Oh, yeah. This was fair, technically.
Oh. This does not agree with what Butters said in testimony before. This, they did not even have time to pull dukes from Lucy Ducats. My first book says dukes is meaning hands, and Lucy Ducats is meaning buckets.
Clap.
Squish. But is this another lie?
Not the mouse.
Is this what you are saying, comrade?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
now hold on there a minute. You can't be sure of that.
I quite agree. The accused is a common pictures after all. It's perfectly possible that she went through the things on the desk to see what she might steal.
I think that's unlikely. And why exactly? As you can see from this photographic print, the defendant was pointing a gun at the victim. It would seem, as my learned friend indicated, that she was coercing Mr. Windybank to open the storeroom door.
I like how he's calling the,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
In other
fighting
words-
words.
Miss Lestrade's interests lay within the storeroom, not in the main shop.
I've heard people say that like this game made them look up if learned friend is a what's the
Slur?
word, like a slur, yeah.
Giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. Dolkin brothers have omitted key facts in their testimony. Gas.
But the accused is a big purse, common gutter trash. Why look any further from the wrongdoer here?
Because Skulkin brothers are thieves, madam. No better, in fact worse than Pickford.
I didn't consider this.
I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night.
Parameters adjusting.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would condemn the defendant on the grounds that she is a pickpocket, would it not at least be right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize testimony given against her by two thieves?
Oh, by the way, the doctor's looking for his scalpel, and he's worried that he left it inside, like, the body of the person that he was operating on.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Is it Mr. Holmes?
This is the thought that comes to mind, but surely not.
Surely not.
Sholmes probably has far worse than a scalpel in his stomach.
Oh,
Well said.
guess.
I, for one, would like to hear more from that shady pair.
Said no one ever.
Hiya! Sumo headbutt.
Can you all see now? I think you'll find stereoscopes aren't playthings. You've seen their extraordinary potential firsthand. Fire!
Wholeheartedly agree. Stop. Must purchase after trial. Stop. Will return home via Regent Street. Stop. What a sick sales pitch.
Well, it would seem this trial is yet to run its course. It's also 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclinations via the mighty scales of justice. I hereby call this summation examination to conclusion, with the balance altered in the defendant's favor. 2 lean to guilty, 4 lean to not guilty. Accordingly, the jury is without consensus. And I order this trial to continue.
So can we stop here?
Once,
I order
once,
this trial to continue and then
Just,
stop immediately.
Just end the scene. That's all.
yeah, that's
It
what I
should end
was.
soon.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever stopped at exactly 6. It's been like, okay, it's 6. Let's try to wrap things up.
Right.
Yay! Well done. Oh, by the way,
What?
you should hold on to this, Runo. You never know when it might come in useful.
Oh god. Sure.
Lord Van Zeeks. You will instruct the witnesses that the court demands additional testimony from them.
I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so, my lord.
I want myself another chance to probe that pair about their activities that night at least. I won't stop probing them.
Ah.
I won't stop probing them until I've proven that Gina is.
Save her with my dick if I have to.
See, scene end. It's cleaner that way.
And then next session opens with Venzeeks going, "Y'all are fucking idiots.
Probably.
How dare you
Have
let
to
this
go.
Japanese man convince you?"
Bye. Goodbye,
Bye.
stream.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, chat. Alright, bye.
All right. Yes, Mr. 1 hour. awkward thing starting to sour for me is it's my dinner time.
Yeah. I've realized if we get to Ace Attorney 2, I can't voice Francisca because the voice I've settled on for Iris is like the exact voice I would use.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Got it. I
Okay.
occasionally have to do food for myself. That's
Yeah.
how it is.
Yep.
I don't mind. It's just lol time consuming.
One day I'll be day shift.
Hot dog.
Eventually I'll be day shift, then we can just pick a different day. We can do it on like women's days off or something. And then it'll be easier for everyone to make it too.
Oh yeah. Speaking of, I do not think I will be here for the next one. I have to drive to Wisconsin and back.
Fun.
That's fair.
On Thursday?
I start driving on Tuesday.
And you're just gone for a few days?
Yeah, so
Alright,
I don't
cool.
think I'll be there.
Alright.
I need to eat a thing, so I'll catch everyone later.
Certified road trip. Goodbye.
See ya.
I don't know where this Wisconsin is, but I know that the US is big.
I'm horrible at geography. I will out myself. I'm pretty sure it's like northwest.
Let's see. I lived not there, so I have my excuse.
No, it's by the Great Lakes.
Nice. Still quite north compared to.
Yeah, but it's more central than west, and it's east of where we are. It's mostly north, slight northeast. I was thinking of like Oregon, Idaho, not Washington because I knew it wasn't Washington.
I see.
Maybe Montana, Wyoming. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Right. I'll be just finishing eating, I guess.
Yeah. I'll leave call and turn the music on.
Right.
Good. Later stream. Have a good night.